Welcome back to Fuel Up Classic. Now, I've had a little break from doing videos just while over the winter there's been a lot going on. The weather is never that kind to us as well here in the UK in January. But I'm shuffling cars around today and I thought it's the perfect opportunity to do a quick video on my latest acquisition. I definitely didn't need another project car, but as is often the way, sometimes they just find their way to me, and perhaps I'm just a little bit of a sucker for an old classic that needs a little bit of TLC. Now, many of you may already know, if you've seen my other videos, I already own some other MGs, one of which is my factory V8, just in the back of the shop there. But coincidentally, I've now got two cars in the same colour. I've nicknamed these two Double Trouble. And I thought, let's just have a look round my latest acquisition, a 1971 MGB GT. So with that in mind, come and have a closer look at this 71 BGT. The eagle-eyed MG fans will know straight away that this car originally would have been fitted with the recessed grille. Still a slight bone of contention in the MG world. Some people love them, some people hate them. At some point in this car's history, it's been swapped out for another one. I do have the original grille, which I think I will return it to how this car left the factory at Abingdon all those years ago. But you'll notice it may be a cosmetically challenged car, which I think is probably a fair assumption of it, but it's got really good bones. It's strong in all the right places. Yes, we've got a bit of surface rust here, and it is only surface rust on the bulkhead, but the wings are good. The sills are rock solid. The floors are solid. So all the important stuff that can swallow up so much money in a restoration is already there. It's all good and ready to go. Let's take a quick look under the bonnet. There's nothing particularly exciting about the B series engine, apart from it makes a nice noise and it does an adequate job of getting you down the road. But come and have a little look, because it's all there. This car hasn't done a lot for the last 5 years. It's been parked up. So I will, in the coming weeks, just be gently recommissioning things, changing rubber, perishable items, giving it a really good service. It's definitely had a new radiator in recent times, but the inner wings are all good. The bulkhead's all good. The bonnet isn't too bad either. So again, good bones to do something with, or just enjoy a classic car on a very modest budget. There is no intention whatsoever to turn this into a show queen. It just doesn't seem right. Come round and have a little look. So you'll see down the side, it's not too bad either. And as you come around the back, Ross style wheels on this one, very 70s with the stainless steel trims. Yes, they need a lick of paint, but they're not too bad, are they? They look pretty good. And if you come around the back here, well, at some point in the car's history, someone has fitted a tow bar. I'm not quite sure what they were towing with a BGT, but it's part of the car's history. I think I'll probably remove that because it's quite an unsightly and ugly thing, and I'm certainly not going to be towing any trailers with this car. But the rear tailgate, little bit of bubbling where they all go, but not too bad. Lift it up in there. Well, this is just a little bit of remnants of what we've been up to, because the interior was a little bit tatty. Both the drivers and the passenger seats had collapsed, as they do. All the webbing had gone, the foam was all soft and just not very nice. So we've spent a few days just rebuilding the front seats. Now they're nice and supportive again. Nice interior. Come round and I'll just show you. Very dark blue vinyl with a blue cloth middle, blue carpets. I think it's not too bad in there. Overdrive gearbox on this, which works perfectly, which I think is essential for modern day traffic with one of these. It really does calm everything down. When you're doing sort of 60, 65 miles an hour, well, It makes a big difference when the overdrive's engaged. There is one other thing to show you, and I'm sure you've already spotted it, the Webasto roof. Something that people either love or hate on old classic cars. I'll be honest with you, I'd always been a little bit skeptical of them. I thought, why would you ever need something that's probably going to create even more exposure to moisture, even more wind noise? But actually, none of my other MGs have got one of these fitted. And I'm so glad that this one does. On the rare 2 to 3 days of sunshine that we've had this year, I have been getting into this car and almost automatically on autopilot, putting that Webasto back, getting the sunshine in the interior, driving along. It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. Would I pay to have one fitted to my car? No. Am I glad that this one's already got one fitted and it works well and it functions as it should and it doesn't look too bad either? Absolutely. So there we have it. I know it's a break from our usual videos and it is just me showing you around the car, but this is important. I really want to bring people along for the ownership journey, just as we've done with recommissioning the V8 over there and taking it on some fun trips. I can't help but thinking that this car, because it has got such good bones, what do we do with it? I don't need another classic, and I certainly don't need another orange MGB, but I'm charmed by this car. I'm charmed by its simplicity, by the fact that it isn't a show queen, the fact that I can drive it in any weathers, anywhere, and not worry about it. That is a big, big tick in my mind. So I don't really know whether it's going to go anywhere anytime soon. I'll be plodding away, just gently recommissioning it as and when I get time. But I'd love to hear from you at home as to what we do with this car, because there's so much potential here. Do we just recommission it and enjoy it on a budget? Do we take it on a great road trip, get that Webasto roof back and we go in search of some sunshine, somewhere abroad perhaps? And if we break down, well, we break down. Or do we strip it out, turn it into a fully fledged racing car, take it racing for a season or two? Honestly, the sky's the limit with this, and I love the fact that we've got it here on the channel to do as little or as much as we want to do. One thing's for sure, I'd love to bring you guys along for the journey as well. If you'd like to watch any of my other videos, please do so. There's quite a lot of MG content for obvious reasons. I'll give you an update on the V8 very, very soon. Got some great plans for that this year. But for now, there's my 1971 MGB GT, and I will join you for another video very, very soon. Lots going on in the background, as I mentioned in the intro, and I really look forward to some of the great classic cars I've got to show you this year on the channel.